Lever Guns 50. Today we're going to be shooting the 50 Alaskan versus the 5110. I'll give you a close-up of these shells right quick. So as you can see, the 50 Alaskan is quite a bit shorter than the 5110. The 5110 is the original cartridge that the 1886 come in. The 50 Alaskan was actually a 348 neck back out, because the 348 originally was a 5110 neck down to 348 caliber. This guy in Alaska, he took the 348 cartridge and he necked it back up to 50 caliber. So what we're doing is we're comparing that modern version of the 50 caliber in the lever action with the original version, both of them in a modern 1886 Winchester. This one here is actually chambered for 5110, so we're actually going to also see if those shorter versions will cycle through this action. I just want to compare the power of them. What is the difference between the power of the 5110 versus the much smaller 50 Alaskan? So let's shoot it across the chronograph here and into some water jugs and try to catch. Now these are 500 grain 50 Alaskan bullets, and these right here are Woodley bullets, and they're made specifically for the 50 Alaskan and the 5110. So let's shoot them through this gun and see what they'll do. So let's see how these go through the action, if they'll even feed through the action. Let's see. Looks like they're a little short, but they'll go. I don't know if they'd go in a hurry, so let's shoot this across the chronograph right here and into those water jugs and see what she'll do. And then we'll shoot the 5110 and see what it'll do. All right, here's our water jugs we have lined up here. We're going to get back, and first we're going to shoot the 50 Alaskan. I expect it to go through more jugs because it's going slower. At least I assume it's going slower. I loaded it to the max that is on the reloading books. So let's see what it does, and then we'll shoot the 5110. Okay, we're shooting the 50 Alaskan first. Hopefully you can see that. That is 1773. 500 grain bullet at 1773 feet a second. Let's go see what it did on the let's see what it did down here against the jugs. Now the camera battery went dead. I didn't touch anything, and this is what it was, but there should have been water pouring out, but I had to run and get another battery. Okay, one jug is over here. I don't even see the other jug. There was two of those jugs. That's just one. I'll find it in a minute. Oh, here it is, right there. So that's two jugs, three jugs, four jugs. It stopped in the fifth jug. Okay, we'll get that bullet out of there and look at it in a minute. 500 grain bullet. I don't know about you, but I think that was a little bit different. That was 2,282 feet a second. Hopefully you can see that. 2,282 feet a second. That thing was boot scooting and boogieing. 500 grain bullet. Okay, them first two jugs blew to pieces. That jug blew up. Uh-oh. I hope that bullet, oh man, don't tell me that bullet exited out the top. See, it should have been right there. Well, let's hope we can find it. Definitely not in that one. I don't hear it in there. I hope we don't have to shoot another one just so we can catch that. Find it. If not, we may shoot another one. We have these 2 jugs left. It only went through 2 of those jugs plus the other jug. We got the other one here. This is the 50 Alaskan. Let's dump it out and see what it looks like. That's a perfect mushroom. All right, 500 grain woodlay bullet out of this 1886 Winchester. We're going to try to shoot a little bit lower this time and see if we can't blow those things off of there. Hopefully we caught it. Although the bad thing is I see water out of everything, it looks like. Okay, walking up on the carnage. There's jugs everywhere. Sad thing is, this has a hole out the side, and there is a skin mark across here. So, sad to say, I think we didn't get that bullet either. Unless we caught it over there in the bank. So, let me go over there and look. I was walking around over here and looking. There's our jug right there. And then right here on the ground is a bullet, and it's hot, and it's what's left of that 500 grain bullet going that kind of velocity. If you think about it, the 50 Alaskan bullet, that was, you know, this was close range. This is like if something was right upon you. But this right here mushroomed out like this one here would at 100 yards. And this one right here, of course, got tore to pieces by that really high velocity up close. So the difference in power is quite a bit. This wasn't even 4,000 foot-pounds, and this one here was pushing 6,000. It was 5,000 and let's see what the energy actually was. This one here, the 50 Alaskan, was 3,491. The 5110 was 5,783 foot-pounds of energy. There's quite a bit of difference in the energy on the 2 of them. Here's what it says on the box, and if you notice, it says the impact velocity needs to be between 1,700 and 2,200 feet a second. If you notice right here, the 50 Alaskan starts out at only 1773, and 50 yards, it's already dropped well below that impact velocity. And see, here's the box again. With the 5110, it starts out at 2,282, and even at 150 yards, it's still well within that range. So I think for that particular bullet, it's more suited for the 5110. Here's showing it sighted in at 180 yards. So what y'all think about that comparison? I thought it was pretty fun. I found out a little bit about the 50 Alaskan. It will run through this action, and you can shoot it out of your 5110, although it does have a lot less power, even loaded to the max. But that's all we got for today. Thank you very much for watching. God bless each and every one of you. Until next time.